well?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Ma'am, how
good.
are you?
I'm better.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I was not keeping well. I'm better now.
Oh, happy Republic Day, ma'am.
Thank you, better.
Belated.
Thank you. Belated. Thank you. Same to you. I think all of you keep cheerful, make your day, and be happy. Okay, better.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So we continue with this chapter, some natural phenomena. I had exchanged
Okay.
with Ankita ma'am, right? I had exchanged my lectures with Ankita ma'am. She will be taking a lecture, the third one. Okay, beta?
Okay, ma'am.
So let's start. Please start reading, beta.
Some natural destructive phenomena are cyclones, lightning, earthquakes, etc. Lightning is streaks of bright light and sound caused by electric discharge between clouds and earth or between different clouds. Earthquake is a sudden shaking or trembling of the earth caused by a disturbance deep inside the earth's crust. Lightning and earthquakes cause a lot of damage to human life and property.
Fine. Now the examples, the destructive phenomena which is happening now and then, they are cyclones, lightning, earthquakes, and many other things. Let's see the differences between these terminologies. What are lightnings? These are bright light which falls from the sky, accompanied with sound. Why it is caused? It is caused by the electric discharge. Now, where is this electric discharge happening? It is either between clouds and earth or between different clouds. You understood now? If the clouds are coming close to each other, if they are a friction, if they are colliding with each other, there is a electric discharge. And there's certain electricity between clouds and earth. We get this lightning with thunder. What is earthquake? Suddenly you get this shaking, the trembling of the earth. Why? Because there is some disturbance inside the earth. Now these both phenomena, they cause lots of damage to both property as well as life. You can see over here, these are lightning. Can you see this lightning, beta? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you see the lightning over here, beta? See, these are the lightning. See how it is falling down? Sometimes it causes fire also. Okay? So it is coming from the sky to the earth. And this is, you can see, the earthquake. Got it? Now let's see what are the other types of natural phenomena. Read beta.
There are various types of natural phenomena which include and are not limited to meteorological phenomena, weather including, ma'am, what's that?
Hurricanes,
Hurricanes, thunderstorms,
thunderstorms.
thunderstorms and tornadoes, and geological phenomena including volcanic activity and earthquakes.
Fine. Now we are going to work on two types of phenomena. One is meteorological and the other one is geological, right? I think we had already talked about what is meteorological phenomena. It is something to do with weather, right? So what is this weather? The weather report includes hurricanes, thunderstorms, tornadoes. These are the meteorological phenomena. What about geological phenomena? This is concerned with earth. For example, earthquakes. Is it clear? Over here you can see what is this beta? What is this beta? What you can make out? Hello? Girls, can you see beta?
Yes,
Yes, what is it? What am I showing you?
lightning.
No, it is not lightning. Lightning are not red colored beta. Yeah, it is volcano eruption. See, this is lightning beta. Can you see this lightning? This is lightning. You got it? And this is volcano eruption beta. Can you see this volcano? The lava is erupting. The lava is coming out. It's hot, red, molten magma. You understand now, beta?
Yes.
Okay, so this is volcano eruption. This is geological phenomena. What is this one? These are either called
Geology.
as twisters or tornadoes. Can you see this? Twisters or tornadoes. So this is it. This is how it looks. Got it? This is how it looks. Very dangerous. Usually we get it in US. So this could be hurricanes, it could be tornadoes. It depends upon the locality. It's been given different names. Now we'll see what exactly is lightning. Please read, Beta.
Transparent.
Lightning,
Yes, who
you
is
may
it?
have
Just a moment. Who
Tanzil.
wants to read, Beta?
Tanzil. Tanzil.
I'm not getting you.
Tanzil Bimani, ma'am.
You're not loud, so who's not able
Bimani.
to.
Tanzil.
Okay, Bhimani.
Bimani.
Sakina? Sakina?
Tanzil.
Tanzil. Okay, Tanzil. Fine. Now I could hear you. Okay, Tanzil, please go ahead.
Lightning. You may have seen sparkles on electric poles when wire became loose. This phenomenon is quite common when wind is blowing and shaking the wire. You may have also okay, seen sparks when a plug is loose in the socket. Lightning is also an electric spark, but on a huge scale.
Okay. Now, sometime when it is windy or raining, so you can hear some crackling sound on the electric poles. Have you ever observed that, Beta?
Yes, I have.
That sometime sparks are coming out of the poles, the wires which are fitted on the poles. A crackling sound you get, and you can see sparks coming out from the loose wires which are hanging on the poles. Why? Because wind is blowing and is shaking the wires, it has become loose, so there's a electric discharge. Also, when we put a plug in the socket, sometimes you get a blue spark coming out of the socket. Have you ever observed? When you try to put some switch or the plug in the socket, sometimes a blue light comes out of the socket.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. Why? Because that means there's some loose connection. It should not be. Then we can get current. So what is this? What are all these things? This is in the small scale. The spark that you see, this is in a small scale. And what is lightning from the sky? It is a huge scale. You can add thousands, millions of these small, small sparks, and then you get the lightning. Hope you have understood this much. So, lightning is also an electric spark, but the intensity is very high. What we get from the cloud, from the sky, it is very high. It can kill people, it can burn, it can electrocute us, it can uh, put a house on fire, it can cut a tree into two pieces. So, all these things happen by this lightning. So, this is the lightning. Can you see this lightning better? This is lightning. Okay? Please read. Please read better. Who else wants to read?
yes. In
Please
ancient
don't waste
times,
time, better. Huh?
in ancient times, people did not understand the cause of these sparks. They were they before afraid of lightning and thought
Thought.
that the wrath of
Wrath of
God
God was.
was visiting them. Now, of course, we understand that lightning is caused by the accumulation of charges in the clouds.
Okay, better. May I know your name, better?
Shifa Dabani.
You're reading very well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very, very, very well you're reading. It's good. Okay. Now, earlier, what were the conditions? What people used to think about it? Why these things are happening? So, earlier people, they did not know what actually is causing the sparks, why the sparks are coming, why the sparks are falling. They did not know. So, they thought that this is the punishment of God. The God is punishing them. You understanding what I'm saying, beta? So they
Yes.
thought that the gods are punishing them in the form of lightning. Got it? So now we know that lightning is caused by the charges, the accumulation of the charges, by gathering of charges. So many charges are getting close to each other in the clouds, and that is causing the spark. Now we know. So see, you can see this lightning over here, all types of lightning. Okay, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please read it.
The sparks that the Greeks knew about. The ancient Greeks knew as early as 600 BC that when amber is a kind of resin, was rubbed with fur, it attracted light objects such as hair. You might have seen that when you take off woolen or polyester clothes, your hair stands on end. If you take off these clothes in the dark, you even see a spark and hear a crackling sound. In 1752, Benjamin Franklin, an American scientist, showed that lightning and the sparks from your clothes are essentially the same phenomena. However, it took 2000 years for this realization to occur.
Now, who knew about this? The ancient Greeks. When? Before Christ, 600 years before Christ. When did they find this? When did they discover this? When they were working with amber. Now, what is amber? It's a type of resin. Resin is a type of glue. It's a type of gum which you get from where beta? From the trees. Now, it's gum that we eat. Remember, there are certain gums that we eat. It's good. It's
Yes,
very nutritious, good for health. What we call as Gundar Pak. Remember that? And
yes,
in Rab, we take this gum, edible gum. Hope you understand. This is what? This is resin beta. We usually get resin from the plant as a byproduct. Okay, which are very nutritious and very healthy. So what these people had done, that the ancient Greeks, they took amber and they rubbed with fur. You know what is called fur, beta? It is animal fur. The hair of animal is called as fur. So when they rubbed this with fur, they found that the amber started attracting hair, light objects like hair. And this is the same observation that we find with our daily routine. How? For example, now it is winter. You can do this activity at home also with it. That if you are wearing a woolen or a synthetic clothes, yes, your it sticks to your body. Have you observed that, Beta?
Yes.
Yes, the synthetic clothes, the silk I'm talking about, the polyester I'm talking about, not cotton, remember that, not cotton. But the synthetic clothes, they, it sticks to your body. And when you try to remove it, it still sticks to your body. And sometimes your hair also stands with the clothes. Yes or no?
Yes.
yes,
Your hair sticks to the clothes. Yes or no? Yes. Fine? Fine. So your hair stands on end. And do it in the night time. You can see sparks coming out of your clothes. Try to observe this tonight. This is an activity better. When you take out your warm clothes or sweaters or your woolen clothes at night, don't put on the lights better. And you try to remove your warm clothes, you will see sparks coming out. You can see the streaks of light coming out. And you can hear the crackling sound. You get a current also at times, isn't it? If you move by in winter, if you pass by someone and suddenly you get a current. Yes or no? Try to do that, then you will understand what I'm trying to say. Now, what is this? This is a discovery which was done by ancient Greeks. Benjamin Franklin in 1752, who was an American scientist, what he showed that the lightning and the spark that you're getting from your clothes is the same thing that we are getting from the sky. But remember, people did not understand when he had talked about. But after 2000 years, the same thing was researched and brought to light. Understood, beta? Girls, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
See, these are types of sparks. You see this? Lightning? You see
Yes.
the lightning, beta? These are
Yes,
all
ma'am.
lightning. These are all lightning. Can you see this? These are all lightning. These are more of activities that we are going to do. Yes, start, beta. Start to read.
Charging by rubbing friction. Some objects can be charged by rubbing with other objects. When objects are rubbed, they attract light. Objects like pieces of paper. This process is called charging by friction. Example, a plastic refill, a scale or comb when rubbed with dry hair, paper on polythene gets charged and attracts pieces of paper. The charges acquired by rubbing are static charges. They do not move. When charges move, it is electric current. Electric current is the motion of charges through a conductor.
Fine. I think you must have understood something, whatever you read just now, beta.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So, what is friction? When we rub something, that is called like you just rub your hand, beta. All of you. Hello, all of you rub your hand. What are we doing? It is friction. I'm creating a friction by rubbing the hand. That means there's a charge. What is happening? I'm charging my body. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Yes.
Got it? So when it's not that all the objects get charged when you rub, but most of the objects get charged when they are rubbed. So if I rub my hand, I touch my cheek, I feel warm. That means my hand got charged and I'm feeling the heat. Got it? The friction. The friction helped it to develop the heat. And I feel very comfortable. But if I get my hand after rubbing and to a light piece like paper, it will not attract because my hand cannot attract. But if I rub a scale to that, a plastic scale, okay, with my hair, I rub it on my hair or I rub it with a piece of silk, what will happen? And I bring it too close to pieces of paper, it will attract. Have you done this activity beta in 7th standard?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, remember that? Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is this? This process is called as charge by friction. So when I rub that scale, plastic scale, with my hair or with a piece of silk, what I did? I charged it by rubbing. Now rubbing is called friction. You understood, beta? We can take the
Yes.
object as a plastic refill, we can take it as scale or comb. Okay, you can do this also better, combing. When you comb your hair, you can see that your hair is sticking with the comb. Have you ever observed?
Yes.
Your hair is
Yes, ma'am.
sticking with
Yes.
the comb, and that is friction. Okay, so your comb and your hair both are got your comb got charged, so it is attracting your hair. You got it? So these are attracting after getting charged. Whenever you are having friction, what charges are developed better? Static charge. Because it is developed only due to friction, but because there was no charge otherwise. The object did not have charge earlier, but by rubbing it, by friction, it developed. So it developed instantly. That instant development is called as static charges. Is it understandable, Vita?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it is not the electricity, it is not the moving of the charges. The charges are not moving, the charges are over there. It is not moving. Okay, so it is electric, it is static charges. And what are electric charges? Which move, it is called as electricity that we see in the form of electric current. You got it now, beta? So what is the electricity or electric current? It is moving through the conductor. It is moving through the metal. It is moving through the object. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Understand, beta?
Yes, sir.
Here, you can see this. The scale or the riffle or the comb is being rubbed by the piece of silk. You can see over here. And then it is brought to a pieces of paper, so it's getting attracted. Can you see this over here, Beta? And here also you can see this lines of pieces of paper are being attracted. You can do this activity at home. Got it now? So first, for making it to have static electricity, you really have to rub it nicely with it. Then and then only it will do this activity. Understood, all of you?
Yes.
Do this tonight. Now we'll see what are the types of charges and how do they interact. Please begin with them.
Types of charges and their interactions. There are two types of charges. They are positive charge plus and negative charge. Two charged bodies may attract or repel each other. Like similar charges repel each other and unlike dissimilar charges attract each other.
Now, what are the types of charges? We have got two. One is positive and the other is negative. You understood better? One is positive and the other one is negative charge. These are two charges. These charged bodies, they may either attract each other or repel each other. So when will they attract? Obviously, we know the opposite attract. That means one has to be positive and the other one has to be negative. And if both have same charges, positive, positive, repel. Positive, negative, attract. Hope you understood?
Yes.
Okay. Look over here. If it's positive, positive, it is going away from each other. Negative, negative, it is again going away from each other. So it is repel. So they are going away from each other because they're the same particle. Now look over here. If it is positive and negative, it attracts. Understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Look over here. Both are of same. Positive, positive. So what will happen?
Repel.
Repel. This is positive, negative. What will happen?
Attracts.
So simple, isn't it, beta?
Yes.
Yes.
Understood now, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll do some activities again. Let's continue, beta.
Like charges repel each other. Activity: inflate two balloons and hang them in such a way that they do not touch each other. Rub both the balloons with a piece of woolen cloth and release them. They repel each other. Activity: rub a plastic refill with polythene and place it in a glass tumbler. Rub another plastic refill with polythene and bring it near the charged refill. They repel each other.
Okay. Look over here. What is done? You have inflated balloons. That means you have blown the balloons, right, beta? You can see these balloons? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And you will hang them. The dealer touch each other. They will not touch each other. You will hang in such a way they will not touch each other. But you have rubbed these two balloons with a piece of woolen cloth. From here you have rubbed the balloon. You have rubbed the balloon. Yes or no? With a piece
Yes.
of woolen cloth. You agree? And then you hold it close to each other. What will happen? When you rub the balloon with the piece of woolen cloth, it has generated certain charges. You agree? Because of the friction, isn't it?
Yes.
This this will develop negative charge. This will also develop negative charge. Yes or no? Because balloon is same and woolen cloth is also same, so the charge will be the same. What do you say? What do you say? The charge will
Yes.
be the same. So what will happen? What will happen?
Ripples.
Ripple. You understood? So it is going away from you. Can you see this arrow beta? The arrow is over here and the arrow is over here. Can you see this? It is going away from each other.
Yes.
Now here we will take a plastic refill and we will rub it with polythene. What we did? We have put it in a glass tumbler. Can you see this? This one beta. We'll put it in a glass tumbler. Okay? This is the refill. Understood? And this refill also is rubbed with the polythene. This is also rubbed with the polythene. For example, you imagine it has developed positive charge. This has also developed positive charge because both are rubbed with polythene. What will happen?
Repel.
Ripple, simple. What will happen? All of you understood better?
Yes.
Now we have done repulsion, now we'll do attraction. Start better.
Unlike charges attract each other. Activity. Charge a plastic refill by rubbing with polythene and keep it in a glass tumbler. Charge an inflated balloon by rubbing with a piece of woolen cloth and bring it near the charged plastic refill. They attract each other.
What we did, we took a refill, the plastic refill, and rubbed with polythene. Then we put in a glass tumbler. Then we take a balloon. What we take with a balloon. And then we rub it with a woolen cloth. So what we find that this refill had developed positive charge. Remember? Just now we did it by rubbing with polythene. And this balloon has developed negative charge. What do you say? It has developed negative charge, isn't it?
Yes.
By rubbing the woolen cloth, the balloon has developed negative charge. And the refill we have rubbed with polythene sheet and it has developed positive charge. So what will happen? What will happen? What will happen, beta?
At
I can't hear you.
what, ma'am?
What will happen? That is what I'm asking you.
Attracts.
Attraction.
Attract.
Okay, because the charges developed are different. It is unlike charges, so it is attraction. Now, this is observation. See, this is what happens when you comb a hair during winter. Have you observed? When you wear your synthetic clothes, maybe your salwar kameez or whatever, or your tops, which is silk or terylene. So when you're removing it from your head, your hair also stands up. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, your hair also becomes straight. So many times it has happened, isn't it? And then you have
Yes.
to bring it down. Yes or no? So this is what happens. See, got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we'll see what are the charges acquired by different objects. Please go ahead, Vita.
Charges acquired by different objects. A glass rod rubbed with silk gets positively charged. A, a plastic rod rubbed with fur gets negatively charged.
This is what you have to remember, that if I take a glass rod and I rub with silk, what it will become? Positively charged. Whereas take a plastic rod and I rub with fur, it becomes negatively charged. So these are things that you have to remember. Okay? Hello? You understand or not?
Yes, ma'am.
This is what you have to remember. Now, what are the frictional order? That means which will have more friction, which will have the less friction. What we see over here, I'm just giving you a summary, you don't have to remember much. That when we are rubbing these objects, so these ones, for example, top, they are all positive charge, but as you go down, all these become negative charge. You understand? This is the friction order. So higher up, whatever we put, they are positive charge, and as we come down, as we go down, the objects will start getting the negative charges. Is it clear? So it is arranged in the order of positive to negative. Understood better? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Types of charges and their interaction. It's a revision again. Please read. Read better.
In fact, two balloons
In fact,
hang them in such a way that they do not touch each other. Rub both the balloons with
Who
a
is reading?
woolen cloth and
Who is reading?
conceal.
Now, Tanzil, you have to stop better because it's not clear.
Okay, ma'am. Can I?
Yeah, sure.
Inflate two balloons. Hang them in such a way that they do not touch each other. Rub both the balloons with a woolen cloth and release them.
What do
What do
you
you observe?
observe?
Answer.
No, just a moment. You have inflated two balloons. Yes? All of you understood? What have you done?
Yes.
You have blown two balloons and you have brought it close to each other. Now, what you will do? You will rub both the balloons with what? Woolen cloth. What we did? We again rubbed the both balloons with woolen cloth. And when we rubbed it, so what it has developed? Negative charge. What has it developed, beta? Negative charge.
Negative.
negative.
What will happen? What will happen? Say something. What will
Repel.
happen? It will repel. What will happen,
Repel.
beta? See here. You got it now? So it is going away from each other. You
Each
got
other.
it? Understood? What is the answer?
Yes.
The same answer you got. What is the answer, beta? A charged
Repel.
balloon.
Repel
A
the charged
charged
balloon.
balloon repelled a charged balloon.
Now we will repeat with the help of riffles. Continue,
Now
beta.
let now let us repeat this activity with the used pen refills.
Someone's
Rub
mic
one
is on. Just check whose mic is on, beta. Okay, continue.
Rub one refill with polythene. Place it carefully in a glass using the tumbler as a stand. Rub the other refill also with polythene. Bring it close to the charged refill. Be careful not to touch the charge and not to touch the charged end with your hand. Is there any effect on the refill in the tumbler? Do the two attract each other or repel each other?
Now here in the tumbler, there's one charged refill already. And you are bringing another charged refill to the close to the charge refill. You're not touching it, but you are getting close to the charge refill. What will happen, beta? There's one refill over here, and you are getting the charge refill close to the charge refill in the tumbler. What is going to happen, beta? What is going to happen? What
Yes,
happened?
ma'am.
You just read it out. I hope you understood what you read, beta. I said there's a charged refill in the tumbler. You are getting another charged refill near the charged refill which is put inside the tumbler. What's going to happen?
Repel.
Repel. That is what I'm asking. It will repel because both got charged by rubbing with the polythene or with the fur. Is it clear? Is it clear,
Yes.
beta? Please go through.
It is a convention to call the charge acquired by a glass rod when it is rubbed with silk as positive. The other kinds of charge is said to be negative. It is observed that when a charged glass rod is brought near a charged plastic straw rubbed with polythene, there is attraction between the two.
Okay. Now, it is understandable. What is mean convention? That we take it for granted that whatever charge you're getting by glass rod when it is rubbed with silk is positive. So what we do that if this is a glass rod and it is rubbed with a piece of silk, what charge it will develop? Positive. What charge it will develop? It a positive. This we have to take it for granted. Okay. So what is the other charge then? Obviously it has to be negative. Whenever there's a charged glass rod, remember it is a glass rod. This rod is glass rod. It is brought to a plastic straw, a plastic rod. And this plastic rod is rubbed with polythene. It is rubbed with polythene. This is plastic rod. Rubbed with polythene. This is glass and this is plastic. Obviously there is a attraction. What it will be? It is attraction. Look at this different material. You understood now? Same material will repel, but different material will attract. You understood better?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will do certain activity showing that how the charges are being transformed from one body to other body. Please continue better.
Transfer to charge. Take an empty jam bottle. Take a piece of cardboard slightly bigger in size than the mouth of the bottle. Pierce a hole in it so that a metal paper clip can be inserted. Open out the paper clip. Cut out strips of aluminum foil about 4 centimeter into 1 centimeter each. Hang them on the paper clip.
Okay. Now you can see over here, it's an empty jar bottle, a jam bottle. It is empty jam bottle. Can you see this, beta? It's a jam bottle. Yes or no? Yes. What you have done? This is the mouth of the bottle. Yes or no? And what we have put? We have put a cardboard. What we have put? We have put a cardboard. Yes, on the mouth of the bottle. Right? Right, beta? In the center of this cardboard, I have made a hole. Can you see the hole, beta? The dot that I have made?
Yes.
Yes. This is the paper clip. Can you see this paper clip? I've opened the paper clip. What I've done? I've opened the paper clip. I've inserted the clip through that hole down. Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes,
And on the
ma'am.
other side of the clip, what I've done, this is the aluminum foil. Placed it like this, aluminum foil. Any problem? This is the device. Now what I will do? I will get a riffle or any object, charge it and get it close to the iron clip, the one end of the iron clip. And the charge from this object will be transferred to the paper clip, will be transferred to the aluminum foil. This is what we are going to show. Okay, you understood or not?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Read better.
Insert the paper clip in the cardboard lid so that it is perpendicular to it. Charge a refill and touch it with end of the paper clip. Observe what happens. Is there any effect on the foil strips? Do they repel each other or attract each other? Now touch other charge bodies with the end of the paper clip. Do foil strips behave in the same way in all cases? Why the foil strips repel each other?
Understood what it is asking? What are the
Yes.
questions being asked? You understood? They are asking what is going to happen to the aluminum foil which is placed inside the bottle. That whether they will attract each other or whether they will repel each other. If I ask you what is going to happen, it's just a common sense question. What will happen to this when there's a charged, when the charge is moving from the riffle to the paper clip and to the aluminum foil? What is going to happen? Can you tell me? What will happen to the aluminum foil? Anyone, can anyone say? Can anyone suggest? Yes, they will. What will happen? The the paper clip is like this. Will it become like this or will it come close? That is what I'm asking. Whether they will repel or they will attract.
Attract.
Why? I told
Because
you just as a common sense question. You have to give me the reason for all of your answers. You said attract. Give me the answer. Because, tell me fast. Hello. Danisha, is it you?
yes, ma'am.
Tell me. What happened?
It
You said it will attract. Why? There has to be all the reasons, remember.
because it is a charged aluminum.
Huh? See, what I said, if it is positive charge over here, the riffle, the riffle is giving the positive charge to the metal is giving positive charge to both. Now tell you, I just said this is common sense.
It will
Now,
repel.
you said that it is attractive. That is what I'm asking the question. What made you say that it is attracting? You got my point, what I'm trying to say?
Good morning,
Yes,
girls.
ma'am.
Got it? Ankita ma'am, just one second.
Okay, okay.
I'm just winding it up. Okay. So all of you understood why it is rippling or attracting?
Yes.
What is this? See, you got the mathematical notations that both are positive, so they will repel and not attract. Okay, so it is repel. All of you understood, beta?
Yes.
Okay, fine, fine. So I will take your leave, beta. I'm sorry, Ankita ma'am. I just did not
Okay,
see the
it's
watch.
okay, 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 ma'am.
Okay, bye, beta. Have a good day.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.